So, let's give you a quick summary about what Pericles is all about.
Pericles is about Pericles himself, a man who has recently lost his father and goes to seek a princess to rule his land of Tyre in another land called Antioch.
So once he arrives in Antioch, he realizes a riddle must be solved in order to wed the daughter. But however, once he solves the riddle, he realizes there's a deeper, darker secret in the courts of Antioch.
From this riddle, he realizes that if he is to say the riddle out loud, he will be killed by King Antiochus, so he flees Antioch and goes back to his homeland Tyre.
However, King Antiochus has sent an assassin in order to kill Prince Pericles.
So Pericles travels to Tarsus where there's a famine, but he feeds the people of Tarsus and is hailed a hero there.
And he decides to set sail from Tarsus, but when he sets sail he gets caught in a shipwreck and he ends up on an island called Pentapolis where he's met by some fishermen.
And the fisherman tells him that King Simonides of Pentapolis is having a jousting tournament for his daughter Thaisa.
And Pericles wins this jousting tournament, and because he's won he gets to marry Thaisa.
So a message comes to Pericles from Tyre saying he needs to go home because the lords are getting rebellious. And so he takes Thaisa with him, who is now pregnant, and they go on board the ship to go home and live happily ever after. But a huge storm breaks out, and in that storm Thaisa gives birth to a baby, but in childbirth she dies. Pericles calls the baby Marina because she was born at sea. But the custom is that when there's a death on board, that the body must be thrown overboard. So Pericles writes a kind of a letter or a passport or a scroll saying who this person was, and the coffin together with jewels and precious spices is thrown overboard into the sea. Now the weather is still terrible, and so Pericles decides he can't get baby Marina back to Tyre safely, and so he goes to Tarsus, which is nearer, and that's the country he saved from famine a while ago, and so they sort of owe him once. And he leaves the baby there to look after her, and he will come back for her when he can.
So, 14 years have passed and Marina is now grown up in Tarsus, living with her foster mother Dionysa. But Dionysa is jealous because Marina gets more attention than her own daughter, so she sends a murderer to kill Marina.
However, just before the murderer can kill Marina, some pirates appear out of nowhere and abduct Marina and take her off to the local brothel, sell her to the brothel owner. However, she's not very good for business because she's pure and chaste. So the brothel are rather sort of furious with her and about to kick her out. However, the governor of Mytilene appears. He's a regular visitor. He's called Lysimachus, and he spots something in Marina, and he's very impressed with her.
Meanwhile, in Tarsus, Cleon and Dionysa tell Pericles that his lovely daughter is dead, and so totally distraught, he takes to the seas again on his ship, but he's not talking to anyone, he can't eat, and they end up in Mytilene, where the lovely Lysimachus is brought aboard to try and lift his spirits. And like Lysimachus says, I have this wonderful maid who is amazing at talking to people, who might be able to bring him out of his mood. And in this conversation between the maid and Pericles, he discovers that it is in fact his daughter, Marina. And he's so overjoyed that he's able to slip into this wonderful sleep, where he has this amazing dream of the goddess Diana, who tells him to go to her temple in Ephesus. And what happens there? I can't tell you.